2016, Zagorka AD introduced the newest product in their portfolio, the Apple Thief. You may have seen it as this. Everything in Bulgaria started with this. And continued with all of this. What others call rules, we call guidelines, and while for some we are thieves, we prefer the term opportunists. You must live life to the fullest. So we sold the best, which we found in order to create. Do you have the guts? First, to find out what's behind the fox. Obviously, the campaign's target group was the young people from the so-called Z generation, born between 1996 and 2010. But according to Marin Kostov, the creative director of all channels, the company behind the brilliance of the ads, probably the main market segment was the people who thought out of the box. People were not only interested in what the future product would be, but there was also a broad meta-communication around the ad. The campaign itself was very discussed. All of this showed us that there is a target group that has divergent thinking, says the creative director. So, why the fox? Two things. Firstly, in the Bulgarian folklore, the fox is considered to have negative reputation. However, the brand's mascot apparently enjoys lots of positive feedback. Secondly, it's a symbol of wittiness and provocation. This is exactly why the brand became so popular and fast-selling. Even better, the catchy phrases that the thief uses are so relatable that the brand quickly started building a strong customer relationship, even without ever having to meet its consumers in person. Therefore, the combination of these two factors is more than enough to break the stereotype in advertising that all of us are, well, practically sick of. And the levels of customer satisfaction are beyond expectations. The main communication for the marketing campaign was divided into three segments: TV, Facebook, Instagram. All of these tightened the bond with the consumer himself. But naturally, social media was in the essence of their marketing strategy. Platforms such as the ones we just mentioned created the perfect environment for intercommunication. The minimalistic pictures with their witty and funny captions that the thief uploads always provoke positive comments, to which, curiously enough, he sometimes responds to some people individually. This level of intimacy could rarely be achieved by bigger companies, but as we may all see, tends to be highly valued by customers. Talk about marketing concept done right. Probably the most important factor for success is the balance between practice and the element of surprise, between the stable basis of tradition and knowing when to grab the moment. And timing does bring in positive feedback, as we see. People have expressed their amazement of how quickly the company reacts to changes in the outside world. The faster you respond through your brand, the more attention you bring to it. Because that's what consumers, especially those in social media, would like to see. Someone who shares their interest in news, events, and changes. And that someone isn't just anyone, it's an entire company. Example. The company almost immediately uploaded the picture with the funny Bulgarian word game caption after Donald Trump was voted president. That created the impression that the Apple Thief is not obsolete, but on the contrary, is very much contemporary and vivid and involved in our social life. Stealing always brings a thrill, and the mascot is crazy about it. At the beginning of the campaign, the thief stole billboards. All around the country, you could see huge billboards with the logo, the fox itself, and the first notable positioning. Do you have the guts? In the evening of the 1st of May 2017, it stole the primetime of Nova television. Very bold marketing strategy. The idea behind it all was not only to introduce the new product, which is with sour cherry taste, but also to show all the products are now offered in two types of bottles, 500 milliliters and 330 milliliters. After the theft, the thief took full responsibility. I am cherry guilty. This year, my family has a new member. This is why I felt the need to make a bigger theft. You may quote me, this year, I'm playing big. In addition to the primetime theft, they stole the ideas for different kinds of ads themselves. For example, it starts as a typical medicine-related ad. The next second, it turns into a cider ad. But the catch is, in fact, it's done the same way, using the same methods, even the same speech. Let's talk about figures. With turnover of 160 million levs and profit of 26.9 million levs for 2016, Zagorka AD experienced its best year in the sense of profitability. The company reports record profits in absolute values, which is largely due to the introduction of its new cider, the Apple Thief, which became the fastest imposing product from the family of Heineken for the last year. Zagorka AD consolidated its place as a cider hub for the Balkan region.